recent interview, Erickson Lubin stated, you know, his opinion when it comes to Jermell Charlo winning against Canelo and his opinion on Terence Crawford winning against Canelo. I love Lubin. Lubin is a warrior, absolutely. Gave his honest opinion. He says, uh, he said, Canelo got to come on his sharp shit. Canelo got to pretty much be if it's the Canelo of early, of the early years, then Charlo got something to worry about, man. But he said pretty much if Canelo Canelo has to come in there alert, be on his P's and Q's against Jermell Charlo because he thinks Charlo has a good high ring IQ, but he still picks Canelo. He says Crawford, he also brings a high skill set to the table against Canelo, but ultimately right now he has Canelo also beating Terence Crawford. And, you know, shout out to Erickson Lubin for that. Uh, Canelo, man. See, I'm torn on Canelo Alvarez, man, because I've given him his flowers because it's like a I'm torn. I'm really torn between this dude because he has accomplished a lot. He's undisputed. Uh, he jumped up multiple weight classes, went back down weight classes. That's very hard on the body. You got to give him some respect and some credit for that. But at the same time, and also he's an active. He stays active. I'll give him that. At the same time, though, he has moved and shaked a little funny, and we gotta admit that we can't dismiss that, man. We can't dismiss that. So I, you know, I always question that when it comes to Canelo. So at the same time, as I give him his props, I also gotta call it how it is. And I always thought Canelo Alvarez was a basic fighter, and the level of fighters he's been fighting, and he proved that to me when he fought Beevil. And I think this. I think if Beevil was even at a lower weight class, he still would beat Canelo. I think he still beats Canelo because it's about the skill set. I just think Beevil's skill set is just too much for Canelo. I don't care what weight class it is. That's just the way I see it. Now, when it comes to Jermell Charlo, I think Charlo beats Canelo too. I think he beats him on the cards, and we might even get surprised when they fight. Don't be surprised, man, if Charlo gets a knockout. We can't dismiss that. It can happen, bro. But I don't think that's gonna happen. I think it's gonna be a decision win, split, or shit. I don't know about you. It might be split, bro. It might be a split decision win. Unanimous. I'm not sure. If he beats the smoke out of fucking Canelo, then yeah, he gets to the unanimous. But I don't think it's gonna. I think it's gonna be a split. Uh, as far as Terence Crawford, man, I just think Terence Crawford is way more sharper than Canelo. I just think he has the better skill set, uh, longer reach. And to me, like I said, it all comes down to punch resistance between all these dudes, man. Can these dudes take punches um, from the bigger dude, supposedly bigger dude? As far as when it comes to Charlo, Charlo is probably bigger than both Canelo and Terence Crawford, like naturally. Crawford is the naturally smaller dude by weight between all three of them, but he, to me, has the higher skill set. And I look at the skill set, to me, it's about skill set and punch resistance. We will have to see how Terence Crawford handles the weight up there. And I don't think it's about Canelo being a bigger puncher. I think it's about the weight class more so. Because you got to remember, I think Canelo's power is overrated, man. To be honest, I think his power is overrated. I think he has power, but to me it's overrated, bro. It's just the way I see it, man. Now, yeah, he has. I think they say he dislocated shoulders and all that shit. That's power, but I mean, who was he really did that against? Though, what's the level of fighter he did that against? You know what I mean? He couldn't do it to Beevil. and Beeble a bigger dude, and Beeble, he was walking through his shit like it was nothing, so I mean, everything is subjective, man, when you think about it. But I think Crawford beats Canelo, and I think he also beats Charlo. It's definitely Charlo because I just think that's more of a comparable. But I think to me, the Charlo fight would be a little harder for Bud than the Canelo one. I just think that for some reason, it's just something. Canelo's a good fighter, but he has, I just think he has a lot of holes as well, man. I think he's very hittable, and I think if Crawford, I don't know about knocking out Canelo because Canelo's chin has been like proven, but it's possible, man. Anything, it's just boxing, bro. But you got to understand one thing too. Bud did acknowledge, man, that there are weight classes for a reason. He said it himself. Bud said this, so he knows that there's weight classes for a reason, and he knows that there's a possibility he might lose to a Canelo. But that's what makes Terence Crawford so great, that he acknowledges this and he don't give a fuck. How can you be somebody like that? But what y'all think about Erickson Lubin's opinion regarding Crawford versus Canelo and Charlo versus Canelo? Drop them comments. Let me know how y'all feel. It's Rebel Light Boxing. I'll catch y'all later. I'm out.